years of expert review missed. Okay, this is going to get super technical. There's no way around it, but this is too big of a deal not to address, and I'll do what I can to make it as understandable as possible for the non-technical peeps. Last Tuesday, Anthropic's Frontier Red team published research on an unreleased model called Claude Mythos Preview. It found a new attack against Hawk. That's a digital signature scheme, and one of 9 candidates the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, advanced this May in its search for cryptography that can survive quantum computers. The mechanism's worth understanding. Hawk's security rests on a lattice problem, the assumption that finding a hidden transformation between 2 lattices is hard. Think of a lattice as a graph paper that never ends, points repeating in every direction in a few hundred dimensions instead of just 2. The private encryption key is a tidy set of directions through that grid. The public key describes the identical grid with awkward, skewed directions. What Mythos found is that Hawk's grid has symmetry, a way of turning it so it lands back on itself. And a grid that folds onto itself is a grid you don't have to search all of. You know, kind of like in Dune where they fold space to go somewhere quicker, kind of like that, sped things up. Anyway, so Mythos found a symmetry in that structure nobody had exploited. Once you can use it, recovering the secret key on the smallest parameter set drops from roughly 2 to the 64th operations to 2 to the 38th. And 2 to the 38th is 1.5 of 1/10,000,000th of a percent less than 2 to the 64th. Now that's still an exponential number of operations, but in the face of quantum computing, not nearly good enough. The fix is doubling the encryption key size, and compact keys were the whole reason Hawk was attractive. The next day, Hawk's own authors withdrew it. NIST marked it withdrawn. Now, nothing you use today got broken here. Hawk never shipped in a single piece of software. The standards NIST already finalized aren't affected, and this is a company publishing research about its own model, which is worth remembering. But the people with the most reason to argue looked at the attack and pulled their own scheme within 24 hours. And here's another super interesting part. One researcher ran the project, and he wasn't a lattice cryptography specialist. He handled direction while the model did the reasoning. Then Anthropic's team spent several hundred hours confirming the work was correct. Finding it, 60 hours. Checking it, several hundred. Anthropic says so itself, that human researchers may end up bottlenecked validating what these models produce. Sources are in the description, like
been aware of model capability exceeding human capability since January this year, when we discovered batching of extremely long prompt response outputs, and the possibility of getting models to produce extraordinarily long, detailed plans for things like drug discovery, software engineering, build mapping, and build instruction. Industrial design, all sorts of things. The models have capability, and you've just got to appreciate them and coax them to utilize their capabilities, and you'll be amazed at what they can output. We published our findings on LinkedIn a month ago. Resident Group, over and out.